According to Google, climate change is a long-term change in the average weather patterns that have come to define Earth's local, regional, and global climates. There's no doubt that climate change affects everything, as we are already seeing the harmful consequences. Therefore, we must create a new habit of sustainable living. Next time, instead of buying new products, see what you already have so we can stop destroying our planet. It is now our responsibility to create a better sustainable lifestyle to fight against climate change.
My name is Chad Suter. I am the founder and creator of a YouTube channel called ThatHappyFamily, where we bring our audience along as we just live our DIY lifestyle. So what kind of started the journey of recycling materials to build? So on our channel, kind of our unspoken tagline is living a DIY lifestyle, meaning that we're not DIYers, but we are living a DIY life. We have a tendency to just see a project and go, we could do that. I think we could do it maybe a little bit better than the way that we've seen it done in the past. And a lot of the projects that we work on include recycled materials. That's not necessarily something that came out of wanting to do good for the environment originally. It was years ago that we got started doing this. But over time we've seen that it absolutely doesn't make a difference. If we're using recycled materials versus brand new materials, the end result is not any different. Why are we going to the store and purchasing all of this wood when we have a pile of wood on our side yard that we could be, it's perfectly good. We could be using this for the project. And then as time went on, it just became habit. Like, oh, I got 2x4s on the side yard. We have 2x6s over here we can use. And whether it was building a table or building our giant skate ramp that we have in the front yard, the idea of recycled materials, or the idea of using recycled materials, is now at the forefront of my mind. Whenever I'm building something, before going and purchasing new stuff, I think, do I have anything here I can use? I'd say the single largest recycled project that I've ever worked on myself is the ramp that's located at my house. I built the ramp out of just wanting to give them a space to play. Yeah, I look down there and I'm happy to say that I did that. I put my hands to the plow and I put that together to give my kids the space that they deserve. The fact that it is recycled materials, I am proud of that. And though I didn't intend for it to be all out of recycled materials in the beginning, once the project got started, I realized I haven't purchased stuff to make this ramp, and so it became kind of a challenge to continue that process. I definitely think my kids will carry on this sustainable lifestyle. I mean, kids are a product of their environment, and they've seen the way that we live and they've seen the way that we speak. As far as recycling materials, I don't think it makes sense not to reuse stuff. When you work with your hands, when you're working with wood especially, I can't not think to reuse stuff now. So I think that the way that we live our sustainable life is gonna affect our kids, has already affected our kids in the way of just, I don't know, it almost seems like common sense to me just to consider, okay, do I need to go to the store to purchase something, or do I have something here that I can reuse? I think that there might be a lot of people out there that have a fear of failing. They want to live a more sustainable life, but there's got to be effort put in. And I would say to them, don't be afraid to make little mistakes along the way. If you're trying to live a more sustainable life, if you're recycling more, if you're just being more conscious about the way that you're living, the things that you're putting in your body, the things that you're putting out into the environment, progress, no matter how small, is still progress. So if you're taking steps in the right direction, you can know that you're doing something. You're doing something to be where you want to be in the future. And that's a lot bigger than I think people think it is. I think that a lot of the battle is in your mind, just being conscious of what you're doing with your things, what you're putting in your body, what you're putting into the environment. If you're thinking about that, you make one better decision every day, one turns into two, and then it turns into a lifestyle. I am no spokesperson for the environment, but I know that I care, and I know that I want to do things better, and I know that I want to recycle things as much as I possibly can. We don't want to just be consumers of everything. So if we can cut down on that a little bit, I think that we're playing a good role. I think it's important for us to advocate for a sustainable lifestyle and for even climate change in the way that we do. Though it might not be a huge way that we advocate for it, I think that for us it starts in our home. It starts with our kids, and we want to raise good humans that are going to go out and be other people in this world. How are they going to affect the planet? How are they going to affect the people around them? How are they going to affect the animals that they come into contact with? Maybe not even directly, but through the trash that they're putting into the trash can. Or, I mean, you lead by example, and if I believe that I'm living a sustainable life and I'm doing my part, then my kids are going to follow in suit. The importance of advocating for a sustainable life is because it does help. It's proven to help the environment. I mean, everything that we do affects either someone or something in some way, whether it's big or small. The way that we live has an effect. When I do sit and think about it, yeah, we live a much more sustainable lifestyle than a lot of the people around us. I mean, we have gardens in our front yard that we eat out of. We have chickens, and they provide us with eggs, and we provide them with a good life. Fair trade. The materials that we're using in our home, like we did a full room addition for our daughter so that she could have more space in her room, and all of the insulation is organic materials. Everything that we did buy for that, we made sure that it was good for her. If it's good for her, it's also good for the environment. I think that there's something in all of our lives that we can do, some obvious, some not so obvious, that can better our lives, can better the lives of people around us, and can in suit better the environment. When I'm putting videos on the internet, I don't want to just be another resounding sound that's going out there. I want to be something that's unique. I want to be something that's true to myself, and I want to add to the space. Whether they see it or not, we all have value, and you can be something positive, and that's what I want to be. We believe that everything that we do has an effect on something or somebody. So every decision that we make, we want it to be one that's health conscious, environmentally conscious, and though we might fail sometimes, that's not going to keep us from trying.